I got so much to say tonight. I'm like, I can't. I have so much that happened in my life in the past week, and I was off. I didn't even have to go to the food pantry.
And this is how we're starting off. Hold on a second. And this is how we're starting off. R is Untitled. Actually, should be called Ev is Untitled because
no, it's not because I don't have the brain capacity to run a show like you do.
Listen,
and
it's not easy.
Better to do than do research all day. So I don't
hear you. That. Well, here's the thing. I haven't done research all day, so I'm going off half cocked. So pause. But I'm just saying.
I was about to say, R doesn't do any research.
I'm not that. Listen, let me just say this real quick. I am no expert on any of these topics we will be discussing tonight. It is just off the rip, and if you like it, that's great. If not, well, what can I say? Well, fuck you then. With that being said,
fuck you very much.
With that being said, let's do this like, share, and subscribe nonsense. Let's get that out the way first, shall we? Thank you for joining me for another episode here. I, of course, am R, and I am the host / moderator. And joining me, of course, my usual esteemed group of panelists, that being one, Miss Evelyn is in the house. How you doing tonight, Evelyn?
I'm the cat whisperer.
I gave her government. Pardon me. At least I didn't give out the last name. It is Evelyn. Ev, the cat whisperer, is on with us.
Yes, you can give out my last name.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Nah, I don't want nobody coming to you and then you blame me. Nah, I'm good. Nah, I'm good. So that's not gonna happen. Also joining, but his mic is muted right now as usual, but he'll join in at some point. My man Ronan Black. Ronan, hopefully all is well with you. It's always good to see you, have you here with us. Also just joining the room is my man, Mr. Live is here. What's up, brother? How you doing?
What's going on, people?
Everything good. Everything good.
And what's going on?
We have my man.
No, you gotta keep that on. I want to see you. You look really good in the whatever you're wearing.
Cool, yeah, this the new and improved onesie right here. You know what I'm saying?
Onesie. Okay, guys.
Really?
Yeah, I was gonna give him a pass. Say it was a hoodie, but now you kind of appealed this.
Well, it's cold.
It's the new and improved one. You know what I'm saying? New and improved.
Also joining us is my man David. David's from Queens. I'm not gonna tell you where, as usual. Thank you for joining us, Dave.
I got the popcorn for tonight's show.
Good. We're gonna need it. We're gonna need it. And also, last but not least, the Dominator, formerly of the BX, now in the Carolinas. What's going on, brother? Good to have you on.
Dominic.
Hello.
What's up, Dom?
Dominic, your mic is muted.
Mic is muted.
Hello.
Let's see if his mic is fixed. I guess not. Dominic, can you hear me? Show me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Okay, but I can't hear you. So what can happen?
I didn't say nothing. Oh. Can you hear me now?
I hear you.
There you go.
Really?
What's up, bro?
You were just playing. Really?
This is how we're starting.
He just wanted to test. He just wanted to see if we liked him. We don't. We like him. So hi.
We already off the hinges.
Yeah. You know what? I just might go with that. I might go with that. I might get into the devastating prophecies of the Bible and how it relates to current times, or I could save that a little bit and go with this Tiger Woods thing at first.
Let's do the Tiger Woods.
Yeah, okay, I'm with that. Let's do the Tiger Woods. I don't want to get too deep and too unhinged.
Crazy.
Listen, this guy got a DUI on March 27th last month, and I'm just gonna keep this short and sweet. As much money as Tiger Woods has, he needs to hire a driver. This is his fourth car crash in recent times. This one with the car roller. Thank God no one was killed. Thank God for that. But again, you have a lot of money. You could afford having a driver. Pay the guy $100,000 a year. I'm having because this is something I would do. If I had money like that, I would hire a driver. Pay him $100,000 a year. You come equipped with a cell phone. I have access to you and your services 24/7. This way, I could get drunk. I could get high. Whatever the case may be, I ain't got to worry about me getting behind the wheel. I got my driver. That's it. It's a simple solution.
It's almost like he's doing it on purpose.
What's that again, Ev?
It seems like he's doing it like he just doesn't care. He just doesn't give a shit.
Well, might be doing it for attention. Who knows? Who knows? There could be
25% of the reason I ever want to be rich is so I can have somebody drive me the fuck around.
Thank you very much, sir. I'm with you on that.
At least 25% of the reason.
At least,
like at least might be a little bit more. You know, because I never liked driving, right? And now that I'm in the fucking South,
you gotta drive.
I gotta drive to get a bag. 15 minutes to get a bag of fucking potato chips, baby.
Oh, no.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm never going back to the South ever.
I'm like the South is crazy. I mean, if you want to have peace of mind and you want to become one with the earth and shit, and
it's cool.
and lovely people, right? Like, you know, people are fucking. Some of the cream of the earth, man. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, come here. But if you from the city, if you about that pavement, you know what I'm saying? You about that. You about the sirens and the bam and all of that shit.
Exactly.
Don't come out here, man, because you can hear a gnat fart out this motherfucker.
I feel you. I feel you. Exactly. I get it. I get it. And also, our boy, hold on for a second, Ed. Our boy Ronan said, Tiger, you have money. Seek help. Join AA. He's right.
Yeah, he's right. He's right.
He's absolutely right. Red, your mic is live. Thanks for joining as well.
I'm sorry.
Part-time job, y'all. Part-time job.
Well, here we go with these damn fucking bowling pins. Here we go. Here we go with the pins.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Don.
I'm going to use that.
I guess we don't.
Yeah, it's copywritten.
He definitely needs a driver, and as much money as he has, this driver could live in the guest house. I mean,
I ain't going that far. I ain't going to. No, you ain't coming to my house.
Guest house. He got a house.
Oh, the guest house
behind his house. Yeah.
Okay.
And the guy, but I think it's the medication he's taking from all the injuries and the surgery.
Yeah.
I'm not relieving him from driving because he's still, as they say, under the influence. He's under the influence of something which is illegal.
Right.
You're flipping cars like you're in the rodeo and shit.
Right. You got four. You got four. Like, you got four really bad crashes.
Yeah.
Like really, society should take away his license. Like, he shouldn't be able to drive at this point.
That's a whole fact.
In prison.
That might force him.
That too.
Somebody should have did that.
Exactly. But that's a whole fact.
You can't drive no more.
He should give us.
Celebrities can go to rehab and be like, oh, better, but never.
You know what? But the thing is, too, I see these incidents with these celebrities, but specifically athletes, football. They get behind the wheel. How many times have we heard about crashes? People are very irresponsible. And again, when you're out of your mind, when you're impaired or whatnot, either through alcohol or drugs or whatnot, and you get out there on a highway in a sports car and you go on 105 miles an hour, what do you think's gonna happen? What do you think's gonna happen? You're not in the right of mind or whatnot, and you're going around and around and around. I see this so many times. This dude is going, and I hate to say it like this, but if he doesn't control his shit, we're gonna see the end of Tiger Woods. I'm serious. I'm dead ass serious. It's gonna be an unfortunate moment where we're gonna open up the papers or look at the TV. Oh shit, this motherfucker actually he's dead because of him being irresponsible. He should have been hired as driver. After that first one, I'd have been done. And just like I told you guys a little earlier, if I was rich, that's the first order of, just like live, the first order of business that I'm doing is getting a goddamn driver.
Getting a driver.
They're not going.
You know what I'm
Getting a driver. Why the fuck not?
Kill somebody. Unfortunately.
Somebody's your
Well,
your
connection.
Your body. You know what I would do? I would buy a piece of property in Dominic's backyard and open my own sanctuary for animals.
Y'all remember Bobby Phelps?
Should let his, Bobby Phelps. Yeah,
remember Dave?
Charlotte
out there, out there racing and
come on. It doesn't make any sense, man. I'm like, this guy's being mad, irresponsible, man.
Listen, Tiger should let his caddy drive. Or whoever drives the golf
cart. His grandmother could drive better than he could.
He's actually got a daughter that probably has a driver's license.
Exactly.
Old enough
by
to drive.
now. But you know what? Some of these guys like Tiger, they're under the influence of being rich and not giving a damn.
Thank you.
Yeah,
so frustrating.
I'll tell you a funny story. How Tiger Woods first started getting injuries. You know, his dad was in SF.
Right.
He was in Special Forces.
Oh.
So he was stationed down here in Carolina. So that's when Tiger decided. Remember when Tiger decided he wanted to get, all buff? You play golf, man. Did you really need to be,
Yeah.
So he comes down here, and the guys are training him. To a man, they was like, this dude is cheap. What do you mean? We all go out for lunch. The waitress comes by. Is it one check or separate? They said he was the first motherfucker to step up. Separate. They said this dude's worth like at that time millions of dollars, and he's raising his head. Separate check, and they're training him, and he's still. Yeah, he was always a little. I'm not going to use the word eccentric. I just think he was a
narcissistic, sociopathic.
Yeah, maybe narcissistic. Yeah. Sociopath.
I would agree.
And you talking about the father though, right?
No, I'm talking about him.
Tiger.
Okay, all right.
But,
I don't think anything was up with the father. To be honest.
But if his father was in Special Forces, I see where the personality comes from. Because not against Special Forces, but against.
Watch yourself.
The domestic violence aftermath. If they're not in their right mind, especially I've seen it. I knew someone who was in Special Forces, and when he came back, he was a different person, and he treated his wife and kids like they were expendable.
We've gotten better over time.
Yeah,
well,
I don't want to say.
Listen, I'm not saying that about the force. I am saying that might be a contributor.
Of course, I mean,
contributing factor.
In today's like I used to always tell these guys, there's like 4.2 million people in the United States of America that suffer from PTSD.
Yeah,
they all ain't in the military.
Right.
They all ain't in the military. Matter of fact, we're the ones that try to hide the shit. So that we can drive on. So a lot of civilians, for whatever reason, guys, something they experienced, something they saw, whatever. PTSD isn't just a military thing anymore. But that being said, you come down here, the point that they was getting at is, Dave, this motherfucker is cheap. This guy's worth millions of pulling up in a damn Range Rover.
I'm sure. Well, you know what, Dom? I'm sure he want to go the route of MC Hammer. That's probably why. You know what I'm saying? Have all those hangers on and whatnot. You paying this and that. Next thing you know, you filing Chapter 7.
Remember, Dave, this was back when he wasn't even married. He was just Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
So he was making millions because remember, guys, when he touched the golf course, he all of a sudden elevated those prices for these. And he was taking home the purses.
Yeah.
So this dude had big money before he got married. And for some strange reason, this dude just wanted to get big. Like, damn, Dave, you play golf, man. You need to be, you're trying to hit home runs and shit.
Exactly.
He stopped his.
What happened?
He stopped his extracurricular activities, and that was a downfall.
Yeah, no, because you get into a rhythm, man. No matter, like this is life, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you in a rhythm and shit, and your shit is at peak. You doing everything right. Yeah. When part of that rhythm is disturbed, you understand what I'm saying? Your whole shit is shot. And unfortunately, we talking about some debauchery shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But him and the womenizing, man. That was part of his fucking game.
But listen, that's why Reg does podcasts from bowling alleys.
And there he goes. Taking shots.
I'm just loyal, unlike some people. I'm loyal. Wherever I go,
that's
I'm
crazy.
podcasting. Unlike
It's
some
only
people.
45.
He's snapping. That was some that was some Project Hallway shit right there.
Honestly, though, man, Tiger Woods, man. I've always considered, and God rest Smack 6'11". He and I always used to call him a cornball and whatnot, and a herb. He was always a herb, and you know what I'm saying. So yeah, that whole womenizing thing, that was from him years of being a cornball and not getting no play. So you had to use the golf game and exceed. You know what I'm saying, in order to get some play. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's exactly what that is, man.
Yeah.
I remember
Golf was good to chicks.
Yeah, remember he grew up an Army brat.
Yeah,
he traveled with his folks.
Yeah.
That's
he never really had real connection.
behavior. I'm sorry.
He wasn't a bad looking kid. I mean,
yes, he was.
But you remember?
Yeah, but he probably didn't probably have a personality. His personality is probably shit.
Well, you're probably right, Love. You're probably right on that part.
But you guys remember that he was first introduced to the world on Johnny Carson.
With the golf
As a
club.
child.
Right.
He was a little kid.
Mm-hmm.
And it was this prodigy, and that's what he was on there. So I don't think he ever really had real connections in life.
I don't think he grew up like we did.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
Right.
Well, let me tell you something. Not every person that has grown up in severe, extreme abuse turns to violence.
No.
Yeah.
I went through. You saw the movie Split?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
I did.
Yeah.
Well, let me just say the beast is sleeping. She is not dead.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm not that I don't have multiple personality disorders. Let me just put that there.
Right.
It's just when I get triggered,
Right.
oh man.
Forget about it. You could turn to somebody else.
I could take a bullet and I wouldn't even feel it.
That's saying a lot right there.
Yeah, I go back to what R just said about you being about him being corny. You understand what I'm saying? Like him moving around and like it's a pure indication of you couldn't establish nothing, right? You couldn't like we might have grew up with people around us all our life. You understand what I'm saying? Kids, neighborhood, Skelly, Coco Levy, or whatever you're talking about. But he might not have had that. You understand what I'm saying? And then you wonder where all of this womenizing and how he doing, where that manifests inside that, especially with his stoic kind of demeanor. It's really crazy.
For sure, brother. Bishop, you're here. Your mic is live. Thanks for joining. What's going on, sir?
Why don't we ever see
What up, fellas? What up?
What's going on, Bishop?
What's going on, dog?
Good.
Just talking about
What's
this
up,
Tiger
Bishop?
Woods deal, with him and his DUI and how much of a cornball he is, how we should hire a driver full time.
Full time.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Instead of getting in 4 car crashes within a recent span of years.
Yeah, respectfully, fuck Tiger Woods and this combination.
Wait a minute.
I can't. I'm done.
He said respectfully, though.
Exactly. I wonder how that happens. Okay.
Let him go to the combination.
With all due respect, fuck you.
Yeah.
Let him go to the Combination Federation and get some help or legal assistance. Other than that, whatever, dude. Whatever.
Yeah, every time I hear that Cablinasian shit, you know what that shit remind me? Remember the Juicy Fruit, the fucking the horse with the Technicolor stripes on it. I'm like, where the fuck did you get that from, B? Like
that was the fruit stripes.
Right. Fruit stripes. Right. I always picture that when he say that, like that's really a fucking thing. I'm a Cablinasian.
I think we should have saved some of the Tiger Woods fiasco and shifted to the Doc Rivers like we did earlier.
Oh man.
Oh, that shit was hilarious.
That was hilarious, dude. I ain't gonna front.
I would like to ask though,
What's that?
Like we had this conversation not long ago. I hung up, because my son called.
Oh, okay.
But we had this conversation a few minutes ago, guys, about this NBA Hall of Fame.
Dude.
I'm like, I am so confused. But then I had to tell Steve and them that when he first got nominated, I text y'all, Doc Rivers Hall of Fame. I'm done. I don't even want to
well, like you were saying, like you were saying though earlier, there's no transparency. What are the qualifications? What are the qualifications
and
for getting in? Exactly, because you can't even say the NBA. It's not Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? It's not NBA, and there should be levels to this shit.
Right.
Oh,
absolutely.
Like
Dave should be inducted because he watches kids play basketball in high school.
Come on now.
So that's his contribution to the game.
Like I said, it doesn't make any sense.
He put enough effort in. You are inducted into the Springfield Giant Ball.
Yeah. And hopefully they give me a better statue than Dwayne Wade.
I saw that 2 years ago,
bro.
Put it up.
I saw it as well. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, "What the fuck is that?"
You saw it in person?
I saw it in person. It was monstrous. I was like, "What the hell is that?" That looks nothing like Dwayne Wade.
And you signed off on this? Remember, I saw it the year it was put out in the stadium.
Right.
The Knicks played in Miami early that year.
Okay.
I'm like, I sent y'all the pictures. I was like, what?
It damn sure looked like Nipsey Russell in the Wiz, for real. It was bad.
I'll be honest.
I'll
be honest, Live. I don't think I ever seen anything. It almost looked like
it was hideous. It was hideous,
like a horror movie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like he was like what they call that thing out in front of the movie theater with the name of the movie.
The Marquee.
The Marquee. Ain't it a Marquee? Marquee, yeah.
Because the way he was standing there, I'm like, oh. At first, me and my son were going to pass and not take a picture because we started getting nervous. Like,
I don't blame you. Shit might have came to life. HL, man.
And you signed off on this?
Wow.
Let me change the topic real quick.
Listen, if he signed off on his son's dress, he was okay with that.
Oh,
yeah. Yo, son, let me tell you, man. Look,
outside.
You know the age bracket to this podcast right here, man. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's man. Every time I see that young Hishi, man, I'm like, wow, man. You know, like. Your people ain't do you no fucking favor.
In Thailand, lady boys.
Lady boy.
I'm done with y'all, man.
Lady,
the crazy part. The really crazy part is the really crazy part is they were trying to get a reality show to push that narrative. I'm like, yo,
man,
how okay, just really, let's aside from what that young person really wants to be in life, right? How exploitive is it that your parents push a fucking TV show about it when your mind is still developing?
Right. That's the scary part.
See, that's fucking insane.
It doesn't start growing until 25, I think.
That whole thing is crazy.
I mean,
which thank God R wants to move on. we could bring this up again. This thing.
Of course we can, and we probably will.
About that prophecy stuff.
You already know it's gonna come up. So
let's see who's winning that war.
No comment.
Okay.
No comment. All
right.
We're gonna leave that one. Marinate a little bit. So with that being said, like I was saying before the show, I think I was talking to Ronan. Was it Ronan? I know it was Ev was there. Dom was there as well.
Dave, you were telling Dave.
I was there.
Oh, you was there. Angel Reese gets traded. Now, to anybody that still holds on to that belief about debating between Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, last time I checked, Caitlin Clark was not traded.
Right.
Isn't that Screech twin?
Who?
Screech from
Saved by the Bell.
Saved by the Bell. That's Screech twin.
No, but the thing,
Two pictures together. I'm telling you, they're twins.
Oh, yo, I just caught that. Yeah, no, that she do look like that. She do look like
no, but I'm
Street.
just
That's
saying,
crazy.
if Angel Reese is worth talking about being in the same level as Caitlin Clark, I think this just about proves that shit. Okay, she's headed to the ATL.
Yeah.
So
Well, she looks like
I think that was I mean, we all talked about it 100 times, man. That was a me. We knew Angel Reese wasn't, as far as basketball was concerned, she was nowhere near that woman Caitlin Clark. You understand what I'm saying? We all understood that on a basketball level. On fandom, we also understood that was a media pitch by the WNBA to capitalize the same kind of situation with Magic and Bird. Except that this one got really toxic. You know what I'm saying? I'm not familiar with however toxic it was with Magic and Bird, but this was really ugly. You understand what I'm saying? I believe Angel Reese got the worst end of the stick, man. Because I mean, not as far as getting money, because she got money off of that shit, so she'll be okay.
exactly.
But the rhetoric was nasty. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just basketball. It was a nasty rhetoric that even Caitlin Clark had to kind of slide up under. You know what I'm saying? At the detriment of her own platform, whatever. And I don't think she didn't. Caitlin Clark ain't get a chance to pick her platform. They picked it for her.
Well, I think that's a good point. But okay, Bishop.
Going back to last week with the kid Ivy, who got cut. Remember?
Right.
Yeah, no, he's an
idiot.
He's an idiot.
Whether you agree with it or not, he said what was on his mind. Is that the same thing that happened to Angel Reese?
No. So
remember,
let
me finish, Bishop. She questioned her team and their building of talent, and now she gets traded.
Oh yeah, that's basketball, baby.
Right?
Yeah, no.
She put her team on blast.
But
but
I think
all of a sudden she's gone.
I think though, before Bishop, let me just say this. I think the comparison though is a little different because Angel Reese and the Chicago, what is it, Fire? They were at odds anyway. And I think that so it was a mutual type of decision.
She just added more fuel to the fire.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Well, yeah, no pun intended.
Right.
But the Ivy situation, he didn't ask to be released.
Right.
I think he would have been still willing to play or sit on the bench because he wasn't getting much playing time. He would have still been in Chicago. Right. I think that's the difference with that. But I think also with the whole comparison, I think Live made a good point when he was talking about how the narratives were sort of created. Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, their issue was different than Bird and Magic. Bird and Magic was competitive and stayed about basketball, even though some people did try to make a race issue out of it, but that really didn't fly because both of them were really good. But I think that women suffer from the comparisons that become more about pitting two women against each other than happens with men. You don't really pit two men against each other unless it's about the competition of the sport. But women get pitted against each other a lot. Mm-hmm. And so it became not about basketball. It became about something else. And I think both of them were victims of that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So when you look at trying to compare the two players is like idiotic because one is a ball handler and one is she's relying on like a ball handler and getting rebounds. So they bring two separate things to the table.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If you look in context of what Caitlin Clark is doing and what Angel Reese is doing in their respective roles and their respective positions, Angel Reese has been breaking records. I'm not saying that she's just as good, but in her role, she's been setting a high bar for herself in the WNBA. So comparing the two of them is like apples and bananas. As far as as far as the toxicity of the narrative, that was more so when like the MAGA people got involved and started making it about a race thing, where it's like everybody in the WNBA is against Caitlin Clark. It's like no matter what the situation is, the referee looked at her bad, they're against Caitlin Clark. She got an extra hard foul, notwithstanding that Caitlin Clark plays pretty physical herself.
Yeah.
She plays pretty physical herself, and she's not shying away from any kind of like physical contact.
Okay.
So she's initiated stuff as well. So it's kind of like, well, wait a minute. You are making her a victim when she's not asking to be a victim. She's not playing a victim role. You're making her this martyr of some kind. And it's just like, it's idiotic again, because, and they made it seem like, like Caitlin Clark is the first to ever do, there's some women basketball players that came before her, some that's playing right now, and some that will come behind her that are much better than Caitlin Clark. When they came in, Diana Taurasi was highly acclaimed. She broke all kind of records. Diana Taurasi has records in the WNBA that probably won't be broken for anytime soon. So it was like there was plenty of players that it just seemed like this, where we were politically and where we were socially, people wanted to grab onto something and make it about, hey, this is the movement, this is us against them, and so forth and so on. It was just two college players grinding each other's gears.
Grinding each
other's gears, because Caitlin Clark was quite provocative in college as well.
Yes.
And she was like scoring on chicks and like putting her hand in their face and standing there looking at them all crazy. It's like, I just scored on you like twice and you can't stop me, and doing all of that wrestling stuff. She started that.
Right. Caitlin Clark. Right. I was getting ready to say that. Caitlin Clark started that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, and Angel Reese and her team finished that. That was, but it was basketball, and they had nothing to do with nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was just like, we got you, and that's it. And then everybody else made it about, oh well, all the black WNBA players are they got some kind of consortium, some kind of plot to get Caitlin Clark out of the WNBA and so forth and so on. It's like pretty much like, listen, you're not coming in here. We've been doing this before you even got here.
Right.
You're not coming in here and making it something that it hasn't already been, because you had to have a platform in order for these people to push you up on the pedestal. And it's like, okay, well, she's played. I'm not taking anything away from her. She's played, but she ain't the person that is groundbreaking in the WNBA. You got a four-time MVP in Asia Wilson. You got people who are 3-time MVPs and so forth. And I remember when we had the conversation when you guys were talking about Cheryl Swoops, when Cheryl Swoops made her comments and so forth. And, like Dave said, sometimes women, they think about things a little bit differently.
Right.
Think about things a little bit differently. But my thing is, if anybody is qualified to make a statement like that, right, wrong, or indifferent,
it was her. Right.
It's her.
Yeah, okay. I do want to clarify the point Bishop was saying. I wasn't trying to say that women do this. I was saying that when women are in positions, others create a narrative that pits two women against each other. Sometimes, and sometimes it's not the women themselves that are pushing that narrative. It's others around it, because that seems to be what people look for. That's why these shows are popular, like the Basketball Wives and all these housewives. You don't see the male version of that, because the narrative is always pushed that women don't like each other, and so they create these rivalries that have nothing to do with basketball.
They don't.
And in the case of, to what Bishop was saying is so true, that people forget that it was Caitlin Clark who started those kind of antics, which were in the heat of a game.
Right.
Done back to her.
Of course.
And it became about look at Angel Reese, and the racial component started coming in there. And that's why I think people gravitated towards choosing sides, because it was made into, unfortunately, when the white woman did it, it was okay.
Right.
But
Right.
the black woman did it in response. Then she was called all kinds of things, and it became not a basketball player. It became about you know how she was raised, her upbringing, all that hood stuff, and those are all code words that are used, and when that argument gets thrown into the mix, then it becomes something bigger, and people tend to choose sides in defense.
Or people in today's society. I'm gonna leave it at this because the shit always comes up with one side versus the other. There ain't no innocent side. They both did the same thing. Whether you were black, white, they both did the same thing. They pitted sides like we do in society today, guys. Right, wrong, or indifferent. We're gonna pit sides, and they left it where it was at. It wasn't even about basketball because we knew she could play. We knew she could play. We knew what she brought, whether you like it or not. You could talk about Cheryl Swoop. We had this conversation. Cheryl Swoop, Candace Parker. None of them brought what she brought. However she brought it, guys. Whether it was just that time. But we all know, because we talked about it for years, the WNBA was underwater. I ain't saying she was a life jacket, but she brought something different to this game.
You could say she was the life jacket.
And everybody to this day.
Say that.
Cheryl Swoops was
everybody banked off of
And I wanted to address this real quick, because Bishop, you said something about not being groundbreaking, but in a way she was, because when she came into the league, the popularity of the league exploded.
Right,
dude. So was that because of her, or was that because the league? Was that because the league decided? Whoa! Take a step back. Was that because of what she brought to the table, or is that because the league decided that they wanted to bring? Because if you look at, and I'm giving you an example. I didn't just say it. I didn't just say it arbitrarily. What she's doing. Diana Taurasi has already done it 10 times over,
but never got this. But never got to where. Never got the media
coverage and the WNBA
They never got
backing.
the financial coverage. They never got the financial backing. So they never got sold out arenas with all the people you're saying. And I'm not debating that, Bishop. They were great players, but they didn't get this
because the league wasn't pushing this.
Because they weren't making money. What if you got a bad product, guys? Let's just take it off of sports. If you got a bad product and ain't nobody buying it, are you gonna blame the consumer or the product?
So when you make a statement like that, and I keep telling you, when we had this conversation for years, they would have to show it to me and prove it to me.
They did.
Now
for 26 years.
According to the books, but when you look at what just happened, so they were paying these women $75,000 a year to play basketball. They stood their ground. They stood 10 toes down and said, "Hey, not another game will be played until we get more money." So mysteriously, they are able to bump the salaries up from the minimum, from the $75,000, because that's what Angel Reese was getting paid. So some of them were probably making less than that. They bumped the minimum salary up to like $330,000. You know how much of an increase that is?
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know how much of it, and on top of it, the top max players that were playing in the WNBA were not cracking $500,000 in pay. So they upped that salary to like $1.5 million. So you've basically tripled what you would have been paying them, all in a matter of one season.
And how did that happen?
You can't just say, "Hey, it was because of the one season that Caitlin
Clark
we're talking
money. We're talking money.
Well, they had the money all along. Is what I'm telling you.
You're saying, but
they had the money.
Now
where did they get it from? Where did they get it from? Where did they get it from?
You can see right now, Bishop. You can see the TV contracts they have. You can see the attendance done went up. So this is all a part of revenue. We don't need to be math geniuses to figure out the more money that came in, everybody is seeing it now. Bishop can say what he wants, and we ain't gonna debate it because we don't know. Bobby's cooking the books, but when the books got open and all of these TV, all this revenue was coming in from TV, commercials, ads. When you couldn't 3 years ago, guys, we had this conversation. You couldn't even find a network that was showing a WNBA game.
Let me hold on. Let me interrupt for a second. Let me interrupt for a second. Hold on. Let me interrupt for a second. Let me this comment from our brother Ronan Black. He says he's asking if Caitlin Clark was groundbreaking as a player, which he doesn't really think she is. Caitlin Clark versus Cheryl Swoops in her prime or Cynthia Cooper, is she a better player than them? Is she better than Asia Wilson, Sue Bird, Diana Taurasi?
I don't think we ever debated that. We're talking about the revenue and the popularity she brought to this dying sport.
But let me ask this then. Did the product get better or the promotion get better?
Promotion.
Right. So Caitlin Clark was a promotional tool.
Yeah.
A springboard.
Okay.
Right. And so we give credit to Caitlin Clark. She is a talented player, and to her credit, she never bought into all those narratives.
Yeah,
so I give her a lot of credit for that. But talent-wise, I don't think that the product got any better. They made money not because the game got better. They made money because they got better exposure. And one of the things that they were able to do was every time she played, she was on national TV.
And the arenas were selling out.
Right, because they pushed the product. I'll give the example, not that it's the same, it's far from it, but Jackie Robinson. Jackie Robinson goes down in history, first black player in Major League Baseball. But was he the best out of all of the players that came out of the Negro Leagues? No, but they understood that in order to market it, he was selected because he had not just skill set, but he had the mind, the mentality.
Yeah,
because they knew
he had the
that.
social. He was able to take all of that socially as well.
UCLA, Army background, all of that stuff that made him very disciplined, and it was understood that Branch Rickey, brought him on to the Dodgers. It was understood that you had to get it right, because if you didn't, then the door would be closed for another 10 years for all the other talented players that came from Negro League backgrounds and alike. And so it wasn't necessarily that the best
he was the
player,
best one, right?
He was the best fit.
He was the best fit. And so the marketing geniuses were able to grab hold of the created drama between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, and then push that into the dying WNBA and create a storyline that people wanted to see. And that's where all of the numbers started coming from. So that's why
Dave,
I think,
So Dave, that would lead one to believe that in the span of one season, because remember, she hasn't been playing; she's been hurt.
Right,
she's been hurt a lot. She was hurt her rookie season. She was hurt her rookie season. She got hurt a few times, and then she was hurt her second season. So if that was the whole truth and nothing but the truth, that would lead one to believe that the WNBA has made a miraculous turnaround in the span of one season. They are able to now catapult the minimum pay for a player that was making about $75,000 to $330,000, and then the person who is at the top of the league, Asia Wilson, the 4-time MVP, to bump her salary up to potentially $1.5 million. So that is unheard of in one season. So what
it's unheard of, Bishop, because they never did it. They didn't have the TV contracts they have now. Do you think the NBA, CBA would be as high as it is without ESPN, Amazon, Peacock, NBC? The money is being generated through these elements, which they never had. You could probably count on your hands, Bishop, how many sellouts the WNBA has had in 26 years. And I'm counting playoff and championship games. There was, just like Steve said, there was never no interest. To this day, if they didn't get this marketing and all of this revenue coming in, they would still be a league underwater.
So
and they
were in the red
40-something games.
Right. So they were in the red all those years. And then in one season,
2 seasons,
they were able to, well, like I said, she hasn't been playing those whole seasons. So even if you said 2 seasons,
she came in one season, and then the next season after that season that they initiated all the pay raises.
Right. So
it's 2 seasons. It's 2 seasons.
So if you said two seasons, they've been in the red for how long?
25 years.
25 years. And in the span of 2 seasons, I was able to astronomically raise minimum pay and top pay for the top players astronomically in 2 seasons after I've claimed that I've been operating in the red for 25 seasons.
To your take, Bishop, with you and the cookbooks and all of that. Now you can't cook the books because now we know where the revenue sharing is coming from with the networks, with the arenas. Now we're seeing this. We're seeing, again, to your point, Bishop, we are seeing an increase. We have not, whether it was 2 years or 200 years, we are seeing an increase they never saw in 26 years. So you can't hide the fact that ESPN or whoever's televising these games has a inset contract with said league, just like the NBA. The NBA, who's going to feel the pinch next year because of everything going down in the NBA this year, the WNBA is the opposite. They saw all this increase in revenue, in market sharing, in TV contracts, in ads. They've seen this, yes, in 2 years because they never saw it in 26. We all watched it, guys. We can sit here and make up numbers and say somebody's cooking the books. But we've seen this league year after year, guys. I think we talked about this 6 years ago, that they was a league underwater from almost day one with, again, to Bishop's point, with all the talent they had. Yeah. I think the talent, individual talent, was just as good back then. But what did it garner? Nothing. And like Steve said, the women weren't even supporting.
Exactly.
So, I mean, this isn't, again, whether you call it greed, coincidence, whatever you call it, somebody in the upper echelon, in networking, in marketing, somebody said, you know what, we got something we possibly could latch onto right now. And guess what? They'll be getting the fruits of their labor. Think of how long it took the NBA to get this way, guys. Don't forget, there was a time where the revenue sharing was 30-70, 30 players, 70 organization. It took them till that last strike that they had to make it 45-55. Yep. Then I think it went 50, 45, 55 for the player. This shit took years in the NBA.
Yep.
But you can't hide that money no more because we know how much ESPN is paying to show. Matter of fact, we know Amazon paid, what, $74 billion to televise NBA games.
Right.
And that's part of revenue sharing, guys. That's basic math. So, yes, everybody is going to – the WNBA never had that, man. Never. In 26 years, they never had that. And, again, to Steve's point, that could have been a detriment, too. How would it be like, guys, if we – 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8 of us guys didn't support, let's say, Major League Baseball, Dave? We would be kind of weird, wouldn't we? But you got millions of women that never stood behind this league. They didn't help sell out the arenas. They sat back and said, it's the WNBA.
Right.
For 26 years, guys. I mean,
that's
I'm
what
not
they
making
did.
This up.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
It's sad. But you know what? At the end of the day, I'm happy for them. Because guess what? That pay raise, considering how many basic games they play, it's actually incredible. To think you're going to make that much money, even at the minimum salary.
We're going to see a better product. We're going to see a better product just because of how much money is being made right now. So
I would hope so.
Well, I also think it's interesting how the women's college game
we said
didn't
that too,
translate. You know, because women's college game is very highly watched.
Yes.
Yeah.
And these are the same players, essentially they're going into the WNBA.
But again, Dave, marketing. Where is the NCAA Women's Championship game televised on? CBS,
right,
or ESPN. They're on a major network, just like the guys. CBS, Final Four, all this hoopla leading up to that championship game. But still, in all day, to your point, it don't even have to be March Madness. Yeah. And whether they're college students or college students' families, alumni packing these arenas to see these college games, don't start me the line, but they're there.
Yeah. But the crazy part is in all of this, the college players are making more money in the NIL than the WNBA players. So why would I go to the WNBA and take this pay cut? I'm gonna stay in college because they got one player who she just entered the transfer portal. I think she's averaging like 25. The stocky girl, I think she's averaging like 25 points a game. Her NIL money is projected to be like $3 million.
That's crazy.
And here's the weird thing, the Bishop,
and that's just for a season.
This is what people are blaming.
Super senior.
This is what people are blaming UNC about. We could flip flop the coaches, but now they're saying, well, UNC, they aren't using their NIL money. Like this is some kind of, hey, Dave, you can come here for $4 million, and there goes Duke down the street. We'll give you 5.5. This shit's like major sports now.
The NIL money is coming from boosters.
Exactly.
Coming from
alumni.
So what happened with UNC? And I think because Hubert Davis wasn't really their guy. It was like Roy Williams recommended him, and said that he would be the guy. Right. So they never really bought in. Hubert Davis is a pretty good coach, actually. He's a pretty good coach. His recruiting, I don't know who's responsible for his recruiting, as I was watching the games this season, and UNC has historically always had good guards.
Right.
Always had really good guard play because they would come to New York. They would recruit out of New York and that metro area for point guards and for shooting guards. They would have serviceable big men. They would always have the one or two hardworking, corn-fed Iowa guys or guys from someplace out in the farm country that would come in, and then like Tyler Hansborough or one of these guys that would be there, and just like, they're going to use their 6 fouls. They're going to work hard. They're going to get rebounds, get putbacks. And it's like all of a sudden the alumni and the boosters stopped contributing, because I'm like, there's no way that AJ DeManza, who went to BYU, he's the prototypical UNC type of player. A forward who's very talented, can move with the ball, can create off the dribble. That's prototypical UNC a player.
But did they put all their chips in that guy's basket?
BYU paid that dude $6 million to come there for one season. Plus, he had another potentially $2 million with merchandising sales.
Wow.
For selling his jersey. So it's like, I'm going to BYU. That's like almost $8 million.
Yeah, why not?
They're going to pay me.
Exactly.
That they're going to pay me. And UNC can't afford to pay me that. And it's just like that's what killed him, because the talent level that you were able to get is not at a top-notch level.
You need more money.
You need more money. And the boosters closed their wallets because they didn't that wasn't their guy.
I think they were sold on what's his name too, Bishop. Not to just blame it. They had a lot of stock in that Khalid Forster. That guard. He goes down. He gets
the one that got hurt.
Yeah, but that's still being said. You're talking UNC. The only team I could see, because if you look at money, the University of Texas, Hook 'em Horns, their revenue. Their network is more than 16 Major League Baseball teams.
Wow,
that's crazy. That's
crazy. Insane. They're a college, man.
Right. But
look how much money was in there for all of these years, and what the fuck is NIL? 4 years, 5 years?
What the players get.
Nothing.
And don't forget these teams, like where we live, we have the ACC network. That's their own network. It's like yes to us Yankee fans.
Right.
You got your
The
own
SEC
network.
and the SEC network.
Yeah, SEC network. You got all these teams that are under an umbrella of a network. You think they're not getting money from that?
They're getting dumb money.
There's
stupid
teams,
money.
Dave, there's college teams that because the money isn't up here, they will not go to a bowl game because it ain't a major bowl to begin with. But okay, it's the Sun Bowl in El Paso, Texas. We're only going to give you, we don't need that, and they back out of these bowl games
because they want they call for they want to keep that money in their pocket.
The money's still there, Dave, but it's gotten so out of hand that Michigan, let's say they fell off and they didn't go to the top bowl game. Hey, Dave, we're willing to let you come and participate in the Sun Bowl in El Paso. No, we'll pass because they're not going to get $20 million to represent.
That's crazy.
Well, to Live's point, it's like all of this money that was there all of these years, and they suspending kids for getting improper benefits,
jersey money,
jersey money,
signature money,
like pocket money, or this or that. Suspending kids, impacting kids' future earning potential, and so forth and so on. NCAA is full. It
was always bullshit, man. My son was playing on D3 in New York, man. You know what I'm saying? And I always told him, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I'm gonna be very, and this is around the time there was still no NIL. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going, I would be really upset if you taking your thing and not thinking about an overseas situation. You understand what I'm saying? Because I don't believe in that system. It's a farming system, and I'm using a kind word for that shit.
Yeah, you know how crazy you know how crazy the NCAA is. So they were like sometimes church organizations would say, "Hey, we want to support our kid. He's a member of our church. We want to show this kid support and so forth and so on." So they make a donation, or they like, take this because we want you to be able to thrive in this environment. And the NCAA would suspend them because they said they was an improper benefit from a non-for-profit organization that you can prove where the money is coming from. It's not like it's coming from some unknown source. And they would suspend kids for it. And it's just crazy.
Right, but understand the stinginess of that. You know what I'm saying? That's not even money that the college was getting, right? That was something from outside. So it's like we need to keep you on this player student shit for eternity. You know what I'm saying? So all of these $75 billion contracts, you don't get none of it.
Y'all remember the Brandon Jennings story, right?
Of course.
Brandon Jennings said, I'm not getting paid, but I'm really not that good enough to go to the NBA now, like the one and dones that we have now.
Yeah.
Brandon Jennings went and played overseas, remember?
Yeah.
He did. Honed his skills. Boom. Next year he was in the NBA. So he didn't waste. He improved himself over a 2-year period.
Right.
And guess what? Brandon Jennings had one hell of a career.
Yeah, he did.
He had
a hell of a career. He wasn't Nate Archie, but he had a very good, financially successful career because of a choice he made.
Right.
Nobody made the choice for him. He said, because there wasn't no NIL money. He was like, I can go make a few bucks and still hone my game the same way I'm doing here in college.
Yeah.
But get paid for it.
You could argue that he was the template for that. Because I was speaking to my son about the same. Not that, you know what I'm saying, I don't want to act like my son was professional bound, but he was dealing with real AAU cats and all of that. Right. And his mind was set on trying to be as professional as possible.
Okay.
Not only did Brandon Jennings make the mold, remember, guys, that shit used to work in reverse. When a guy's career was on the downslide, they would say, I'm going to go play in China or Russia or Beirut, whatever. It was always the reverse. He was the first one that flipped the scales to his side and said, let's see how this works out.
Right, and he made a conscious choice, and a lot of cats. We don't know all the stories, but a lot of players chose overseas over the NCAA.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? You know.
We get paid.
So do you
Right.
think do you think that that's one reason why the NCAA agreed to the
Sure.
NIL because they were losing?
Absolutely.
No,
They was
no,
losing talent.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
losing
Again,
them, Dave. They're
no,
still
they
losing
weren't.
them.
They weren't losing them because is for every one that was going over there was still 10 to 15 that were going to the
Right.
NCAA. So what happened
Right,
was
but they would've-
they had to open up the books, and when they had to open up the book because lawsuits, they had
Right.
to open up the books when the players started saying, "Hey, what they saying? I'm not an employee, but they make me get up and go to practice. They make me do this. I have a schedule. I'm practicing. I'm practicing over 40 hours a week.
Right.
I'm practicing over 40 hours a week, and it's like,
and to that point, I also think it was the bad press they was getting. There were too many incidences of these young kids being on the fucking NBC News talking about they can't play, they suspended because they went and got their jersey signed. Or I think it was one cat.
They didn't care about that. They didn't care about that.
They absolutely around that time they absolutely cared. They absolutely cared, Bishop.
But
You know what I'm saying? Because it was happening in basketball. And it was happening in football in college.
Who's
the
impacted by that?
The O'Bannon brothers.
Who was impacted by that? Wait, who was impacted by that? You said it was in basketball and it was in football.
And football.
Who was impacted by that? Which players were impacted by that? Specifically,
players league wide.
What I'm saying is specifically the brothers were impacted by that.
No question. We know that.
They were reaching so far. They were reaching so far. They went back and took Reggie Bush's Heisman Trophy. They went back. Chris Webber had been in the NBA for how many years? When they did an investigation to erase all of his scoring records and all of that other stuff because he got a loan from somebody while he was in college.
Right. That was still when they was policing. Again, their revenues. They were still policing their revenues. I'm speaking about the time when every other week you saw somebody getting suspended. Right. I think it was these 1-2 college players. I remember in particular basketball players. They couldn't afford lunch. They was on TV all over the place. We couldn't afford. This was right before the NIL. Right before that. And that's I thought the negative press was what tipped the scale.
It was the law. It was the law that. It was the law.
Okay, I'm not saying it and have a fact.
Hold on, guys. I just got a message from somebody that said, "Listen, try not to talk over each other. It makes it a little hard to hear your points. I know everybody want to get their points in. And I respect that, but just try not to talk over each other. Thank you very much."
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go ahead, Bishop.
Okay, Bishop.
That was Dave. I'm not.
Okay,
my bad, Dave.
The thing that I wanted it's funny that Bishop mentioned Chris Webber because back years ago when I was in college, I wrote a paper about just exactly what we're talking about. And this was back in the time when Webber was part of the Fab Five in college. And one of the quotes that I had in my paper was Chris Webber was talking about being on campus and seeing his jersey hanging in the school store for sale. And he didn't have $5 in his pocket.
Right.
So that was 1992.
Yeah, exactly. I remember.
So this has been long standing, and it's good now that these players are getting something because for the longest time they were just used as property of the school.
Right.
So do you remember you remember when UNLV had the Running Rebels with Greg Anthony and
Larry Johnson.
Larry Johnson.
So when Stacey Augman,
right. So Greg Anthony had a business. He had a business while he was in college. Like he was doing T-shirts and selling merchandise while he was in college. And they initially, because they had the hots for Jerry Tarkanian, so they initially were trying to suspend him by saying that he was profiting improperly or getting
That's
an
crazy.
improper benefit because he was selling T-shirts and stuff. Now, it was a business that he had, I believe, before he got to college, but he just used that platform and said, "Hey, well, now I could sell to the college." You know what I'm saying? Now I could make this a real big thing now.
Right.
And it was just like, so there was entrepreneurship and a lot of that stuff going on well before the NIL came about, and the NCAA made it their business to try to snuff it out. To try to snuff it out as much as possible, because they what they wanted was they wanted these kids to be beholden to the organization and say, hey, if we don't say you go, you don't go, and you got to come through us in order for you to get to the promised land.
Right.
Doesn't matter how talented you are. It doesn't matter how good you are. It doesn't matter where you come from, your pedigree or whatever. You got to come through us to get to where you want to go, to get to that next level. Yeah.
And then and then overseas gave these kids an outlet. You understand what I'm saying? Gave them now. You can. It's debatable on how much influence, but it gave people choices. And it gave people press in them choices. Not to be beholden to that system.
Right. And the irony of it is, all of this is now you see how many professional foreign players are coming over here to the U.S. to play college basketball. Illinois had 10 European players on that team. It was like,
I didn't know that. Wow.
I didn't know that either.
It was like, you watch them play. I'm like, what's his name? What's the only person's name that I recognized was Stojakovic.
Stojakovic.
Because of his father.
Because of his son. Pedro Stojakovic's son goes to it. But all of the other ones are European-born players that have played professional basketball, that have college eligibility here in the U.S. So they're making more money coming here and playing than they are in their country. So it makes sense.
Crazy.
And
You know what it's not stopping, though, guys? It's not stopping the one and done.
No.
And I think
in
both leagues, NCAA and the NBA.
Well, it depends. It depends, because in the case of AJ DeBonsa, it's like, if I'm making $8 million to play one season at BYU, and I know that I'm not going to be like wherever my draft status is or whatever, I'm not going to be the top 3 or whatever it is, so I'm going to be guaranteed X amount of money in the contract. Why would you go into the league? Why wouldn't you stay another season and then get out?
Exactly.
And get out. It's not like you're losing anything. You just increasing. Hopefully you don't get hurt, but you're just increasing your draft stock.
And that's how sophisticated it is. They're looking 2 steps ahead. Okay, I'm going to go in late first round. So a late first round pick ain't going to get a $6 million deal.
Right.
Yeah.
But he can stay in college and get an $11 million deal.
Exactly.
And I could wait till I'm 22 to go to the NBA.
Right.
Yeah,
And
I don't.
The kid from Arkansas just got a sneaker deal.
All right.
Wow.
Acuff Jr. just got a Reebok sneaker deal while he's in college. He just signed it. I'm like, what? Again, the NCAA only wanted their pockets enriched.
Exactly.
They only wanted their pockets enriched. And it's like a pimp system. It's like a pimp system. You come here, you work for me, I get this money. And if you try to do anything outside of what I tell you to do, you get this backhand slap.
Right. I call it the farm system. Y'all keeping everybody impoverished and beholden to and calling a scholarship payment. Get the fuck out of here. I'm not even using this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, it was always ridiculous to me, and we were always ridiculous how people would argue about why, how detrimental it was to any other NBA whatever industry if students got paid. I was
is it that cold in New York, guys?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it
I
is.
see people at Yankee Stadium
it dipped a lot.
It's very cold.
The temperature just dropped like crazy down.
Yeah, it was. Let me tell you something. It was.
Feel like temperature in Southwest Connecticut this morning at 4 a.m. was 14 degrees.
Good Lord.
Yeah, for sure. Let me tell you something.
It was so cold that R had to put the roof up on his Lamborghini.
Hey, let me tell you something. This past weekend, I know that the Yankees were playing and whatnot, and I see now during the day, it was a beautiful day.
Right.
I see people walking out in shorts and the Yankee shirts, and they go into the stadium. Now this is the night game. Now I'm talking about. I know.
Oh,
I'm watching it now. They're like
Wait a
in a
minute.
football game.
Bro, yeah,
Yeah,
but I'm
no.
talking about
Half empty.
I'm talking about this one particular day. It was nice early on, but they went to that night game just like that. They was shivering bitches. I know that's a
yeah.
fact.
Well, you know,
Are any of y'all watching the Yankee game now?
no,
I'm not right
The
now.
stadium's half empty. The people that are
it's
there,
freezing.
yeah.
But here's the thing, Dom. The yesterday and today's Met games were originally scheduled for night games. They changed the time to 4 o'clock games for both.
I'm
days
sure.
because the temperature was going to drop so severely once the sun went down. So yeah, it's been cold. April has been March and February.
And guess what, guys? This was my opportunity, but due to the weather up there, I could have went to both stadiums, the two stadiums I have not seen in 3 days. Because guess what? This is a rare occasion where both teams are at home.
Exactly.
The Mets played in the day, the Yankees played at night.
Yep.
So I'll tell you what, I'm watching the game. It looks like a football game.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Just a quick question, Dave. Did moving the games up help the Mets?
Well, they split. They won yesterday and they lost today.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So maybe they should move all their games up.
Well, then they'd be a 500. Then they'd be a 500 team. So,
yeah, exactly.
Is that what we're shooting for?
Here we go.
Can I ask you?
Or maybe we should just have the Yankee fans pay an exorbitant amount of money to sit in football weather and watch the Yankees.
I think the Mets pulled a slim one, a fast one too. We'll play the day game.
Yeah,
You probably saw the 30 days.
Yeah.
We'll play the day game.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm watching the game. It's like last night's the same thing.
I just threw a little dart at you, Dave. Just make sure you're paying attention.
You did.
Make sure you're paying attention.
Oh, absolutely. No, I saw that dart coming as soon as
I do want to see one thing because I have the baseball ticket. I got to see where the A's are playing this year. It's in Sacramento somewhere.
Oh gosh, who are they?
Is it a college stadium?
Yeah, this is terrible. Same thing last year. Last year,
college stadium.
I think it's a minor league stadium.
That's what I think it is too.
Yeah, I think they played there last year too, and they don't even have a home. They just call them the Athletics.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's Athletics of Sacramento.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, they added that because before I just saw Athletics.
I think they're going to Vegas, ain't they?
They're supposed to.
They're supposed to. Exactly. All right, guys, let's get into you heard about this? The Connecticut Sun being. Oh, you didn't hear about this? They're sold. No. They got sold for $300 million, and they're gonna move to Houston to become the new Houston Comets.
That's because they couldn't compete with you.
What?
Yeah.
When they folded, didn't the Comets once fold?
They did once fold.
They did.
Yes, they did.
Mm-hmm.
But now the Suns will be rebranded as the new Houston Comets.
Okay.
Wait a minute, so Houston gonna have 2 fucking teams?
No, disappeared.
They're gonna have one. Yes, it.
Yeah, but they still got a bunch of old players. Just like, they got a bunch of old players on the team.
Sort of like the Hornets go to New Orleans.
Yeah, they got
after going to Utah.
And the funny thing is,
what is happening in Connecticut? It's kind of crazy. Richard Blumenthal, he goes by Dick. Okay, I'm just saying he I've met him.
Blumenthal.
He said, "Hi, I'm Dick." I'm like, okay.
Pause again.
Anyway,
Evelyn says
give
it.
Your speech, Bishop.
Evelyn can say it.
I don't care. You can say whatever you want.
Well, say it again.
Say it again. I dare you.
Richard Blumenthal.
Dick Blumenthal.
Jesus.
He did a
hell of a name.
He did a press conference saying that they violated the Sherman Act, which is the right to competition, because Mohegan Sun sold them out from under them. They did a direct sale to Texas because there are two. I don't know their names. I should look it up, but I don't want to. There are two investors. One in Boston, one in Connecticut. Both offered them $325 million to stay.
Right.
They didn't go through the College of Champions or whatever, the College of Governors. What is it called? There is a board that they have to go through, that the NBA has to go through to
ratify deals.
Yes, they didn't do that. They sold it directly. So he is launching a nationwide Department of Justice investigation into it, saying they violated that. And
the thing is that they say that the WNBA rigged the bidding for the team, making it impossible for the Connecticut to win.
So I would have to question. I would have to question, did they have an official offer for $325 million and they just rejected it, or are they just saying
but what they didn't do is there is a procedure that you have to follow to get into the trade. The guys here in Connecticut and the guy in Boston did not do that.
Oh well.
The only ones who did it was the owner of the Houston Rockets. He followed the procedure. So there's really no
recourse. There's no recourse.
However, Blumenthal's still launching something. But anyways, I sent this is I didn't want to say it, but it's funny. I sent the article. And I said straight from Dick's mouth.
So in other words, Dave. Dick is butthurt.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is.
I can't. I mean, I like him. I met him. He's a nice guy. He's very frail.
He's a nice dick.
So
I would have to.
I'm talking to Evelyn. I'm talking directly to Evelyn.
Oh, Jesus.
Anyways, so
go ahead.
You got to look it up. It's CBS has it's all over the internet. But it's crazy. They follow the rules. So, and they also saved $25 million.
Of course,
but again, if you are saying, "Hey, I'm going to offer you $325 million," but you never officially put that in writing and put it in the proper channels, then the only thing that you're doing is promising me rainbows and fairy tales and ponies.
Now rainbows. Where we going?
Owner of the Houston Rockets. Let me see. Hold on.
Yeah, Tillman Fertitta.
I can't even say his name.
Yeah, Fertitta. You know, and allegedly they're going to be moving to Houston in 2027.
Right. They have to finish out 2026 in
Connecticut.
Mohegan Sun, which I find very ironic because Mohegan Sun is a big funder in Connecticut. So I think that's why he's doing what he's doing. But whatever, I don't care.
Interesting though.
Yeah. So I just want to say that I am cleaning my litter boxes before poop wars start. So. I just wanted to interject real quick. All right.
No doubt. So here's the thing about this thing too. Let me add some more context in this. What's this guy? The Celtics minority owner Steve Paglucci had offered to buy the team for $325 million last August. And a counter offer was made last year by an investment group led by former Milwaukee Bucks co-owner Mark Lasry, and it would have moved the team to Hartford for a similar amount. So
Hartford, Connecticut?
Yeah.
Connecticut was gonna get their own thing.
Connecticut,
but they had their own team.
They have it. The Sun.
if you
But
probably
there's
look
gonna
at the deal in Vegas, I mean in Houston. If you look at the deal in Houston, there's probably gonna be like a arena deal and all kind of other perks. In Connecticut, like where they gonna play? Like they gonna
That's what I
build?
was saying.
They gonna build something in Hartford for them to
nah,
play?
they ain't gonna do that. Like
Nah.
you said, where they gonna play? Where would they play in Hartford?
Probably at a college arena.
Probably.
And they go to college making more money.
They
I mean,
play
I-
at Mohegan Sun Arena.
Mohegan Sun, yeah.
You're right.
But they could. Why don't they just keep them and let them play at halftime at the UConn game?
Yeah, or play there. Yeah. UConn plays a couple of games at the Garden, don't they?
Yeah. The bigger games they play at the Garden.
Yeah.
Did you guys happen to see? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, brother.
No, I'm saying Rick Pitino is smiling all the way to the bank.
We got that right.
I'm saying we've been getting on the kids and stuff. What they really need to do is they really need to start looking at these coaches, because you got coaches now with all of this money swirling around. You got colleges reaching out to coaches who got contracts.
Exactly.
And you got coaches who got like 3 to 5 year contracts. They're the first year of their contract. They finish the season. They're like, no, I'm good. I'm gonna go over here. It's like
sort of like what the Knicks tried last year, remember?
It was like crazy. It was like
The Knicks
crazy.
talked
Like
to everybody that had a contract.
these guys are like the wild, wild west. It's like one coach. It's like, yo, he's under contract. Why are you talking to him? Like they didn't give you permission. Yeah. And it's like, what? Like wow. Like so, contracts mean nothing to college coaches. Just show me the money.
Oh no.
How much did they pay Malone, Bishop? $8 million a year, I think.
Yeah, we're gonna see how much how long that lasts, because you got Belichick on the football,
right?
Yeah,
you got this dude, this character.
I think Malone
basketball
stands a better chance of being successful than Belichick.
Yeah,
because UNC is more of a basketball school anyway. I mean,
I'm saying his methods, his coaching methods are not. I don't know who he's going to recruit, what top recruits he's going to get, because he's got that mentality. Do what I tell you to do.
Right,
and that's it.
Sort of like the college atmosphere,
and it's
just like that crazy coach on Connecticut. What's his name?
Gino.
No, the one on Connecticut.
Hurley.
The TV monger. He just does shit to get on. He's a sickening individual.
Both of them are. Both of them are.
Yeah.
Both of them are. It's not just him. It's both of them. But I think that's a prerequisite for a job at UConn.
Yeah. Apparently.
Yeah,
you got to be a real. What did you say, Evelyn?
I forgot.
Yeah.
She can say it, right? A real Richard Blumenthal.
Oh, yeah. He's a real dick. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have even said his name. Anyway, I'm gonna go back to
ladies and gentlemen, the views that are represented by Evelyn are not authorized by R. Is untitled. So.
Oh Lord.
Oh my God. Let's do a little moving on. Show. Did you guys happen? I'm not gonna lie to you. I am not a college aficionado in these NCAA championship games.
Yeah, I'm not at all. Yeah.
Yeah. Props to UCLA women's basketball for their first ever championship. Props to them, and also we know that who was it that won the men's? I think it was UConn.
Michigan.
Yes, sir.
Let me give a shout out to Kiki Rice of UCLA. That's my wife's family.
Oh, okay.
Nice. Yeah, just in relatives, but yeah.
Nice. You guys happen to catch? You guys happen to catch those games?
Yeah.
Nope.
No, I didn't.
I did not. I went to bed.
Of course I did.
I know you did, Bishop. Now, what's up with Lauren Betts?
Huh?
Lauren Betts, the center.
Oh, she's a freak of nature. She's tall. She's
like 6'7", some shit like that.
She's like 6'6", but she's got long arms and she's not skinny. She's not frail. But I think when she gets to the WNBA, she'll probably be better off because she'll have an opportunity to like use her toughness. But she was solid. She was solid. They had no answers for her, and I'm like, if South Carolina just had two more 3-point shooters,
Mhm.
and they would have nullified her advantage in the paint because she would have had to come out and guard somebody because UCLA was switching on defense. They did a real good job switching on defense and rotating, but USC only has one shooter. They don't have any shooters on that team, so they needed some more shooters because all of them girls ain't gonna keep closing out all game. Like the ball is moving. They gotta go from inside to outside and be rotating. The girls were way too big. All of them were big.
Wow.
The guards, the forwards, all of them were like
Wow.
really big, and they played discipline, and they made the shots. And whenever they got in a crunch, they just threw it down to the big girl, Betts,
And that was it.
She either gave them a bucket or made the right pass.
Okay. Because I know at some point, I think at halftime, I think they was up by like 10 or 11 points or whatnot, and then the second half they just came out blazing and wound up winning by 28 points, man. You know.
Yeah, UConn can shoot.
I was surprised.
I mean, UCLA can't shoot. They don't have any shooters. They got the one girl who's a pretty decent shooter. They was trying to set a lot of double stack screens and all of that. She was coming off it, but they were like, nope. Y'all only got one shooter, and we're not giving her no airspace.
Wow.
None. And the other girls, it's like, they got mid-range games, or they got to penetrate, and it's like penetrating to the basket. You got a 6'6" person standing down there with long arms with a good basketball IQ. It's like nothing happened down here.
Yeah, it wasn't having it. Apparently they wasn't having it.
So I think South Carolina next season, they're gonna have to get some shooters, and they got a 6'6" girl on the team, but she was a freshman.
Oh, so it wasn't giving no burn, huh?
No, she wasn't ready. They put her in.
Okay.
They had no choice because they didn't have anybody to match up with Betts. They put her in, but you could tell she was playing like a freshman. She was throwing the ball away. She was missing like rebounds and stuff. You could tell that she's gonna be good when she gets it.
Right.
She wasn't ready, and all of those women on UCLA were seniors.
Yeah.
They've been playing together for 4 years.
And they played honest. Like I said, I didn't see the game, but I heard that they played like they knew that they was gonna win.
Well, after the third quarter, it was kind of like, okay, well, we got this. But prior to that, even though they were up by it's like as long as you got the 3-point shot, you can be up by like 15. You still got a quarter and a half to go.
This is true.
It's still anybody's goal. But South Carolina didn't have, and then once they started missing, then they stopped taking them. So that you can't.
Hey Bishop, what happened with Dawn Staley and Gino?
So he came into the game 38-0. All season they have been smacking teams by an average of 36 points. All season.
Okay.
He had his full complement of players. So in his mind, I believe he thought that this was going to be a cakewalk to the national championship.
And they beat them last year.
An undefeated season. But what he didn't bank on is that in all of those games that they played, UConn's offense is a motion offense where it's free flowing and anybody can get the opportunity to score, and they got a lot of scorers.
Okay.
Two or three main scorers, but they got a lot of other players that can score. So what South Carolina did is like, okay, well, we're gonna lock down your main scorer, which is the strong woman. We're gonna lock her down, and then we just gonna focus in on the other two, AZ Fudd, and the other. We just gonna focus in on them and put pressure on them all game long. And once you cut the head off of the snake, then they didn't really know what to do. And I thought Gino would have said, okay, well, let's change up the offense a little bit. Let's put some snags in the offense a little bit so that we confuse South Carolina, but he never did. It was like, it's been working for me all season. Why would I change up now? And the more they did it, the tighter they got because they were missing shots. And South Carolina was rebounding the ball and playing really, really solid. And after a certain point, you could just see the UConn players, their will was broken. Their will was broken because she was missing layups. They were missing the shots that they normally hit. They were missing them. They were turning the ball over. and it was just like, man, like South Carolina came to play that day.
Right.
They came to play
Very
that day.
Very nice.
And then he was upset about it. So I think he probably said something that was like real chauvinistic when he walked over to her, because this whole handshake and all this.
Yeah, the handshake.
Yeah, no, I saw that. Right. I saw
he
that.
probably said something that was real like piggish, and she wasn't having it. She wasn't having it. She wasn't having it. And then it's kind of, then you're gonna stand 10 toes in. And I will give her this credit, because she took the high road. She gave him a way out. And even after the tournament was over, she still gave him a way out by saying, hey, we owe him, because he's pushed the bar of this college women's basketball to a place that we would have never had it not been for Gino. So we owe him a debt of gratitude for what he's contributed to the sport. And she said one instance shouldn't define his whole career. And
absolutely.
I can kind of agree with that. And
I can agree.
After she did that, then he, like said, okay, well, you know what? Then he come up with this second apology, mentioning her and so forth and so on, because it was like she was gracious in that she gave him another way out, even though he was being a jerk about it. She gave him another way out, and I can see her point. But it's like at 72 years old, with that kind of mindset that you have, and I did not realize that most of his assistant coaches are black women, because when all of that was going down, it was a bunch of black women that came over and that moved him away
and tried to calm it down. Right.
Staley, and it's like, dude, if you behave like that, one disrespect for one doesn't mean that you respect the others because you profiting off of them or because you building up the name off of them. So how's that going to work with your recruiting? How's that going to work with you? Because most of those girls are seniors.
Right.
Yeah. I know from a source that Gino's a dick. You understand what I'm saying? So with all of the optics and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? You just mad, going back to what Bishop said about you Dawn Staley being above the fucking water and giving your ass 2 outs. That's why you had to come back with the second one. Was because your first apology was shit. You know what I'm saying? It was a dickhead apology. It was a Richard Blumenthal apology. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm like, you know what I'm saying? You need to rewind that and bring it back to basketball, because that's what Dawn Staley kept it on. Kept it on back. You didn't let the media and the optics fuck that up for what that was. You mad because you got your ass whipped.
Well, he was frustrated. He was frustrated.
Right. The crazy part about it is, so you were standing on the fact that she didn't shake your hand in the protocol and this and that. But then at the end of the game, you violated the protocol because you walked off the court.
When you walked off the court,
you didn't shake the other team's hand. You didn't congratulate the other coach. You didn't do any of that. So if you're so high on decorum, what happened there?
He wasn't. Exactly. He wasn't.
Exactly. And then to me, this whole idea that when you do something crazy or you do something fucked up, then you want to spout your resume. Somehow that justifies your behavior because your resume says this. No, the two don't have anything to do with each other. They're mutually exclusive. Yes, you could have contributed and done all of that but in this particular instance, you failed.
Horribly. And if I was in private, if I was in Dawn Staley's shoes in private, I'd be like, "Fuck you, Gino." Right. And then like that. I did that for basketball. I apologize that way for basketball, and I can't take the road that I want to take in public. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Well, you know what? The funny thing is the video evidence showed that they did shake hands.
Right. I saw that too.
But there's a second shake of hands that normally, and it's kind of like after they come out and they shake hands, blah blah blah. Then after they introduce the teams, I believe, then the two coaches come when they introduce the coaches or whatever. Then I think he was talking about that, but it's like, dude, like that's not the thing that lost you the game.
Right. So that's what I was going to say. Because going forward, then. If you're coaching, if you're playing against UConn, then the best way to beat them is to not shake Gino's hand before the game. Because apparently that messed him up for the whole game. He couldn't coach. He lost his mind and forgot all the plays and didn't know how to coach after that.
Yo, Dave, that's the new on the ball blueprint right there.
That's it. That's right.
Don't shake that motherfucking hand.
Right. That's right.
He gonna lose by 14.
Yeah. Then you making up all this stuff. Oh, and then he started using code. He started using code words. Oh, she's calling the referee. She's talking to the referees all kind of ways and things. She's saying things that I can't even repeat and so forth and so on. What is that? Yeah. It's like, what is that? So if she's out of line, the referees are going to call a technical foul. Right. If she's doing something that's out of line or crosses the line, that's what they got technicals for. They throw her out the game. But that's the code for angry black woman. Yep. That's the code.
Yeah.
You reverted to the dog whistle stuff to justify your behavior. And that part wasn't cool. That part wasn't cool.
So Bishop, he threw out one playbook and went with another one.
Pretty much.
Yeah, he went with his natural one. He went because he couldn't keep his fucking decorum about himself.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So he went to his real playbook. Shit get real when you know your shit is on the line and shit. You know what I'm saying? You can't keep your shit together. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm going to reality. You know what I'm saying? That's like that road rage shit. Real, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it's like I don't think anybody caught that. But the whole idea when you say, "Oh, she was talking to the referees and saying words,"
angry black woman.
Exactly. There you go.
And it's like, word. It's like word. Is that what we're doing here? Yeah.
Oh man. Well, let me see. What am I going to get into next? Should I get into the other college game, the men's, or should I go to the NBA portion of AKA the New York Knicks portion of the show?
Go to the Knicks.
How many games do they have left?
Three. I think it's three.
Three
games.
Yeah, I think it's three games left.
Have they solidified the third seed or
no?
Yes.
Oh no, that's solidified. More or less.
Yes.
Yeah, they solidified it. Yeah, they
didn't lock in the third seed.
Oh, they ain't locked in yet, though?
No.
Dude, that means that Boston would have to lose their last 3 games, and the Knicks would have to win their last 3 games. So Boston would have to lose 3 games in order for the Knicks to tie them.
I don't think they're trying to go for the second seed though, dude.
Right now, Cleveland is right now as we speak
a game,
a half a game behind the Knicks because they played one more game tonight.
Damn, wow.
So that means if the Knicks lose 2 and Cleveland wins 1, they get the third seed.
Right.
It's almost impossible. The Knicks got 3 games left, and they're 3 games behind Boston. So they would have to win out, and Boston would have to lose out, though they play each other tomorrow.
So
they play tomorrow.
The Knicks play Boston. Who else they play?
They play Boston, Charlotte.
They closed against Charlotte. They closed, I think.
Boston, Toronto, and Charlotte, I think.
Right.
Yeah, so those 3 games are winnable games, and they might win 2 out of the 3. So, and plus they got the tiebreaker against Cleveland. So if they win 2 out of the 3 and they wound up tying with Cleveland, I don't have any faith in Cleveland. I got to tell you, it's like Cleveland's not, those dudes, they haven't shown me anything that says that they're serious about winning. I mean, they talk a good game, but when it comes down to it, it's like guys are not playing. Well, my elbow is hurting, my foot is hurting. Donovan Mitchell goes to the Donovan Mitchell zone, and then you add James Harden to that mix. And it's just a recipe for like we just gonna be out there and whatever happens.
So are the Knicks looking to be specific in their placement, right? Are we looking to play who? That's my question.
All right. You got to play whoever is in front of you.
I agree with that. I'm just saying for as far as the debate is concerned. Like, are we looking to place? Are we not? Are we trying to avoid somebody? Are we trying to look? No. Because again, my thing is we play whoever we play whoever we get, and I'm saying that because I want to rest a couple of people, right? Well, I don't even want to see Mitchell Robinson in the fucking next 3 games. Like to let that motherfucker go to Maui or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on back, get energized and shit. And come on back and get ready for the playoff.
You want to hear something crazy? Something crazy. 79 games into an 82-game season. Brunson actually ran, and they were running the pick and roll and running offense through Cat and OG in the 79th game. And I'm like, yo, he made perfect passes, which says to me, I'm capable of doing this all season. I just decided that I didn't want to do it. Because now he's in a shooting slump. Brunson's in a shooting slump. He's in Brunson. He's in the shooting slump. So what he's doing is he's still jacking up shots, but it's like we don't want to get the doors blown off us. So I got to utilize Cat. I got to utilize OG, and it's kind of like it's crazy. And I thought about it the other day, and I was like, was this some kind of like game plan all along to not showcase this and then bring it out during the playoffs?
Not at all.
I'm like, nah, and I'm like, nah, that couldn't be the case because they lost.
Not at all.
I was saying I was second guessing that in my head, right?
Yeah.
But then I said no because there was about 10 to 15 games that they lost. That if they would have done that, they would have been at like 62, 63 wins out of an 82-game season. Easily.
Right. I had said the same thing when I saw it, right? And it made me go, this dude is not Chuck Mangione no more. You know what I'm saying? He just straight up Chucky. You know what I'm saying? The little doll and all that. You know what I'm saying?
But he still got up 26 shots. Even after that, Cat had like 21 points, and then Cat stayed at 21 points.
But he had his 20, but he also had 13 assists, right? Which means that for the last 2 years, you've been just chucking.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I'm saying? With no regard for anybody else.
Right.
So because remember, I was saying, right, Dom would tell you, I was like, yo, he can't make the pass. I was like, he's not a point guard. He's not that kind of point guard. He can't make the pass because he just like he's not pass. I've never seen him do a pocket pass. Like he can't. I don't think he's aesthetically capable of making that pass. That motherfucker made every pass.
Exactly. That was what I'm telling you, and he did it in college too. He was doing it in college.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
So yeah, he's a very smart basketball player. He just gets into that zone where it's just about him. Or I don't know what his contract is or what his bonus. Like if he gets a bonus for averaging a certain amount of points or whatever, because he was like 4 for 13 at one point.
Something like that. 4 for 13 in the first quarter, for like the first half. I think.
Half, right. And then at the end of the game, he had 26 shots and 30 points.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm gonna tell you. You know what? I saw something on social media today or whatnot. It might have been actually, Dom, believe it or not, it might have been the commentary for Bleed Blue. I looked at the chat, and there's one guy, I don't know who this person is, but they had put out like something about trading somebody named Brown. Now I looked at it and I saw it. I was like,
I saw it. Yeah.
Oh, you saw it? Yeah. I looked at it and I get it. I understand it. Now, make no mistake, I am not anti-Brunson. But however, dude, you have got to change your style of play. You have got to realize you have other offensive options. You have twos, you have threes, reliable guys like OG. Like, there's no reason why Cat, who had 21 points in his one game, and I look online and he still got 21 points. I don't even know if he took another shot after that.
No, he had 12 shots. He had 12 shots. He had 21, and he finished with 12 shots.
Ridiculous. That makes no sense whatsoever. I'm sorry. I just can't. I can't subscribe to that. It's crazy to me. Why wouldn't you utilize a guy as a pure scorer?
Right.
I'm not
changing. Can we admit like that some? And I'm gonna say 30% of a Cat's problem is Cat himself.
No.
Right.
No.
I can't. I got. You know. I mean, it is. You know what I'm saying? He has to position himself or demand the ball. He scream one game. You see him verbally screaming at this motherfucker, like, "Yo, pass me the ball." Right? How often do we see that fervor, that fire?
So you can't take a guy that did everything he did last year, Karl Anthony Towns.
Right.
And again, I'll go back to what I've been saying all year. In September, before the season started. I'm confused. They said I'm going to have to sacrifice the most this year, and my role is going to change. To Bishop's point, 79 games into the season, his role changed to this, in which he was all of last year. So if I'm going to put blame, I'm going to put 50% on the people trying to get him the ball, and they're not, and 50% on the coach because he never stopped this for 79 games. This is the most confusing.
Nothing on Carl Anthony Towns?
No, because he's the guy live that went from, I don't know what he's averaged last year. His points are down this year. Let's put it that way. But
they down, right.
He went from that to this. He went from this many shots to fewer shots this year. But meanwhile, everybody else's shots have increased except his. Which leads me to how all of a sudden, again, to Bishop's point, 79 games in, you realize Karl Anthony Towns is still on your team. This is going from, I'll just go a small pocket size, guys. Do you realize from March 6th to April 6th, a 30-day window, the Knicks beat one team that had a record above 500? One team.
Let's stay on that for 1 second. How many teams did they play in a month that were above 500?
Okay, put it. I'll give you a small sample size. The last 10 games before Atlanta. 7 games were against sub 500 teams. They had a winning streak of 7. They went from a 7-game winning streak to a 3-game losing streak. All 3 of those teams were above 500. That's just a small sample size. But you did not beat, and you played plenty of them live. I don't want to go look at it. In a whole month, you can imagine how many sub 500 teams and above 500 teams you're going to play within a month's period. They didn't beat one team live. I don't care if they only played 5 teams above 500 in a whole month. You didn't beat near one of them. But
I don't think it was 5,
Karl Anthony. Let me finish so live. During that stretch is the stretch, to Bishop's point, that Karl Anthony Towns is getting 8, 9, 10 shots and had 7 of them in the first quarter. And then all of a sudden, again, to game 79, you realize you got Karl Anthony Towns on your team. The same Karl Anthony Towns you had on your team last year. What happened? Again, some of it got to be on the point guard because he's the one with the ball in his hand.
Exactly.
No, Chuck Mangione, right? Yeah, we're not debating that.
Got to go to the coach because you're the leader of this organization. You didn't know when to stop this. You didn't know when to say when. You got 150 coaches on a team nowadays. And they're one of them. Other than the head coach who should have caught it, you got all these assistant coaches. Nobody said nothing, guys.
But that's the politics. That's the politics of when you have the captain of the team. You've elevated this guy to the captain of the team.
Right.
Yep.
You can't really. It's not like a OG or Josh Hart, or it's the captain of the team. So it's kind of like, and not to bash Brunson, like when he's playing within himself, he's a pretty decent, effective player. He's a pretty effective player. However, what's happened is he's refused to modify his game based on the talent that he has around him. It's not so far-fetched. Depending on what happens in this playoffs, it's not so far-fetched. I wouldn't be opposed to trading Brunson and getting one of these young point guards that can play on both sides of the ball, that can hit an open shot. Because what that says is that's going to open up the floor. You're probably going to see more out of Bridges. You're going to see definitely more out of Cat. You're going to see more out of OG. You're going to see more out of those young dudes they got coming off the bench because you're going to have a much more fluid offense.
Right.
You're going to have 9 or 10 guys during the regular season that is like plug and play.
Yeah.
A plug and play. And if you got to get rid of Josh Hart because his finger buddy is traded, it's like, okay, well, you could go too. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all know my thing on Hart, baby.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a quick question and whatnot. Does anybody find it odd? And I don't know why it's a really weird dynamic for me. Does anybody find it odd that when Mike Brown was anointed coach of this team, he already had one assistant.
I told you that when it started, or stop.
Exactly.
Remember?
Yes, sir.
And here we are.
Well,
I just find it amazing, and for some reason, there's something going on. There's something fishy going on.
Here's a better question.
Power play.
Here's a better question, guys. Historically, who was known as a better offensive player through their career historically? Brunson or Cat?
Cat.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right.
But to Cat's credit, throughout all of this, what he's decided was, okay, well, I'm gonna get in where I can fit in.
Right.
If I'm not gonna score, I'm gonna lead the team in rebounding. I'm gonna push. I'm gonna get 19 rebounds. I'm gonna get all these rebounds. So he's like what, second or third in the NBA in rebounds?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, well, I'm not getting the looks that I was getting, and I think when you mentioned that before about Brown saying, hey, Cat's role is going to change. When Cat was in Minnesota, he was the main focus of the offense.
Right.
He was the main focus of the offense until they realized what they realized what they had in Anthony Edwards.
Right.
They realized what they had in Anthony Edwards. They're like, whoa, wait a minute.
Yeah, we can't.
No longer.
Exactly.
Y'all got to share the ball and blah blah blah. And then it's like, well, no, you don't really have to share the ball. We this is our choice. It's like a Shaq and Kobe thing. We want Kobe. So that's without Cat. But to his credit, he's adapted his game to fit so that he can make himself useful in whatever role he's in. Now, the whole fouls and all of that stuff. So what I was telling you, like, if he's able to focus, he ain't getting no stupid fouls like that. And
no, he's not.
Stopped doing that.
He ain't got them in a while either. I mean,
he stopped doing that,
which is a ton of them anyway.
Right, which is what I'm saying is like he's capable of playing that way. It's just like, yo, you just got to get him involved.
Exactly.
And I'm not opposed, depending on how this playoff goes, I'm not opposed to getting as much as we can get for Brunson and let him be somebody else's problem.
Here's the weird thing, guys. Karl Anthony Towns has never had, I'm looking at the numbers now, even with getting Ant Bishop, he has never went 4.1 points below his average. He has this year. He's never gone 4.9 shots less per game until this year.
Yep.
So again, guys, it took 79 games to say, hey, Bishop, I you know what, honestly, guys, I don't know how there wasn't a fight. Maybe there was, and it was never reported. How he didn't try to punch somebody in their face in the locker room.
Didn't I tell you, like, we had this when we was on one of these shows? I was like, yo, at some point, it's kind of like, yo, you get in the locker room.
Yeah.
I don't care, you, your dad, your mom, whoever, you know what I'm saying? Because now you're messing with my money now. Now you're messing with my money because I'm sure that there's kickers in Cat's contract. If he gets to a certain amount, that he gets bonus and so forth, incentives and so forth. So now you're messing with my money now. So not only you messing with my average and my reputation as a player, you messing with my money. And I don't care whether it's your dad, your mom, your grandma, whoever it is. It's like, yo, it's going to be some problems in here.
But here's the weird thing, Bishop. Knicks fans are going to look at, because somehow, some way, the pendulum has switched that this guy is the future, Brunson. Then you're going to look at, again, some Knicks fans, most, they're going to look at that $60.7 million we owe Cat the year after next. Who was more cost effective to get rid of? Not knowing that Karl Anthony Towns could still take an extension, get more years but less money per season. Whereas somebody is sold on that's going to flip. It's going to be Brunson getting the $60 million and Towns getting less if he extends to widen his contract but shorten the dollars. Now, do you want to buy into that? Do you want to buy into a point guard that you have seen do what he's doing for almost 3 years? You're willing to invest $60.7 million in that? I'm with Bishop. I'm going to get me a $15 million point guard that can give me 15 and 8.
Two of them. Give me two of them.
And I'm happy as a pig, and you know what?
Well, there you go.
Give me two of these like 6'6" dudes that's gonna run up and down. That's gonna play D.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I'd be like, look, OKC is not gonna be able to pay all of those guys. Hey, what you doing? Come holler at us over here in New York.
The only bad thing about that, Bishop, is those guys. I don't know how OKC did it. Those guys are locked in for the next 3-4 years.
Not those guys coming
Only
off the bench.
Hartenstein.
Yeah, not them
guys
dudes coming off the bench.
dudes
Some
coming
of
off
the
the
bench
bench.
players,
Right.
I don't know who their backup point guard is. Don't get me wrong. We could look at it, but that being said, I don't know how they did that. But to a fan, 90% of Knicks fans would say get rid of Towns before they say get rid of Brunson.
Because they don't understand basketball. It's like, when you can step on the court on any given night and you're a mismatch, when you can step on the court on any given night and you're a mismatch, look at who's the problem there.
Right. Even on the low,
Cat?
Bishop.
Right.
Even on the low this year, his averages are down, and he's still averaging 20 and 12 and a half.
Right. With less shots. And less
time on the court, and he's still getting almost 13 boards a night, second in the NBA.
Right.
And he's getting 4 to 5.
Are we talking Knicks fans? Are we talking Knicks fans or are we talking regular fans?
No, Knicks fans. They're a little strange.
No, Knicks fans, no basketball. Ain't nobody trying to get rid of Towns.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
No.
I think the question
everybody on the panel sees who and what the problem is.
But we're not. If you took a poll, Reg, seriously, especially on Twitter, if you took a poll, 75% of the people would say get rid of Towns. Because they already had him out the door when they were spreading all the rumors about the
Giannis.
Antetokounmpo. Yeah, Giannis. Remember? Oh, we're gonna have to trade Towns.
I mean, well, he halfway out the door because everybody think that's trade gonna happen anyway.
Right. But I don't
think. Fuck Giannis.
Honestly, I don't.
I say the same thing. I say the same thing.
I
don't want Giannis.
No, I don't. It's not even about Giannis per se. It's
Bishop,
about
how
the
do you
money.
really feel?
Yeah, it's about the money, guys. Are you willing to? Again, let's just flip, because in another year their contracts are almost equal. Financially, Cat for Giannis made sense. Financially, dollar for dollar, penny for penny, that made the most sense. Don't get me wrong, but again, are you willing to invest? This guy's been hurt. What, like 2 out of the last 3 years?
Yeah.
So
and he's taking a lot of wear and tear on his body. So what?
Because of the way he plays. And then you talking about the incorporation. You understand what I'm saying? Like we having a conducive problem with Cat. What you think we gonna have with him and Brunson?
Right.
With Giannis and Brunson, is it gonna be any better? No.
That's another subject. Live. Yes. And guess what? Giannis. Just me, guys. Without beating this. To me, it would be easier to work with a guy like Karl Anthony Towns because he could do more than one thing.
And he's here.
He could spot up, bring the big guy out. He could go to the hoop, force the big guy to play D. He can pass pretty well for a big guy. Hell of a foul shooter. So that's 3 out of the 4 things Giannis can't do. Can't shoot from the outside. Can't make foul shots. Okay, last year was an oxymoron. He averaged almost 10 assists because they had nobody else to give the ball to. But that being said, you're willing to sacrifice 3 out of 4 of your top categories for a guy that's been hurt for almost 2 out of 3 years.
But you can't tell Knicks fans that. You can't tell them that. They're gonna want the sexy choice. They're gonna want the sexy
again.
It ain't Giannis.
They're taking.
I agree. It's not Giannis.
No, they're taking sides. They're taking sides. If it's going to be Brunson versus Cat, Brunson's going to win for some unbeknownst reason to me or most of us.
Look at the jerseys. Look at the jerseys in the crowd. Look at the jerseys in the crowd.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's their fault. Yes, sir.
It's interesting because not that we listen to this guy, but yesterday I happened to have sports ESPN on, and Stephen A was making the push for Giannis, and what he said,
he's a fucking clown.
Well, the circus gets more interesting because he said to the contrary of what we're saying tonight is he said that the Knicks should get Giannis. Giannis wants to be there, and I'm willing to trade everybody except Brunson.
Exactly.
He's wild.
Yes.
He's wild.
He's
wild.
So,
you gotta see. We gotta listen to who the source is, and he's not a very good goddamn source.
No, he's not.
Not
I
at
just
all.
thought it was so funny because we're saying the total opposite. Because I'm in agreement with you guys. Yeah, Brunson can go. I mean, it was a nice story. It was fun, but I think that the team would be better off without him. You could get and while you could get somebody for him.
Yep.
I think this is an
some serviceable pieces that will make the team better.
I think this is a very interesting conversation because I would like to have you guys like each one of you that agrees about the Brunson being traded or whatnot and off this team. I like to have each one of you guys as a bubble when I'm walking around, like bubbles or whatnot, like those ideas. Because when I get in these conversations with guys and whatnot, when I bring that possibility up, they look at me like I'm fucking crazy.
Of course.
You know?
I mean, like that's fandom versus like actual
basketball,
fucking.
bro.
Right.
Exactly. I would say this: you could be a fan, and you could still critique.
Exactly.
You could be a fan and still find something in it. The funny thing is, 3 years ago, whenever Brunson came to the Knicks, we used to have these Dick Spaces on Twitter, and I was like, you know what? If I had my choice, I would. I didn't know it was going to be the money. I said I would go after Brunson or what's that kid, Porter Jr. Before he got into trouble.
Yeah, I remember before the back.
Those are my 2-point guards I would go after because we already blew the Halliburton thing.
Yeah, man.
2-point. When I said Brunson, everybody on the line lost their mind. They made a video about me trying to off my voice, talking about Brunson this. Then all of a sudden, 3 years later, Brunson is the new Walt Frazier.
Exactly.
We talk about Brunson now. They want to jump through the screen and
right.
And what has changed? Because guess what, guys? We all remember. We're old enough to remember. We're 3 years old. We're old enough to remember when he was on Dallas. Was he a point guard on Dallas?
No, he was playing the role. He was playing the role that Luka was, dominating the ball, and
but he was an off
the
guard
shots.
at that time, though.
And then,
he wasn't a point guard.
But again, he's more than capable of doing that. Like if he still wanted to get his 20 points and 12 to 15 assists, he could easily get that when the ball swings around because he's a knockdown shooter.
Right.
He's a knockdown shooter. He can penetrate to the basket. He got floaters in this game. He plays the angles. He gets free. He draws fouls, driving to the basket once the ball swings. He got the defense off balance. He's got a lot of stuff in his bag that doesn't require him to have the ball. That makes him more of an efficient scorer.
Right.
Than having the ball and doing the footwork, and having the guys they just stand there watching them and then just volleyball spike it when he releases. It's like, yo, so you want to fade away? That's cool. I'm 6'7" with a 7-foot wingspan.
Yeah, Thompson.
I'm just gonna block it. I'm just gonna block it.
So that was the funniest thing I saw all year. The way Thompson just followed him, and then just
So Ronan,
my trade.
I'm sorry, live. Go ahead.
Yeah, my bad. My trade scale. I believe it or not, you guys happened that last game. The last game we played. If you would have asked me before that, I don't want to fucking trade Brunson. You know what I'm saying? I would have said that. That game pissed me off so much because he made them passes so easy. There was a fluidness to these motherfuckers on pick and roll that was like you motherfuckers wait till now to do that shit. And it pissed me off because it felt like a manipulation of me going. It partially me not having no confidence in Cat, but me thinking that he couldn't make the pass. He was just a fucking ducker. Now that I see you could actually make the pass, you squandered to Bishop's point. You squandered 15 games.
Yeah, basically. Ronan's asking, hold on, Bishop. Ronan is asking, he said, so who y'all trading Brunson for?
I couldn't tell you right now.
I said to you, I'd get one of these young point guards, one of these young, so you got, if you look at like San Antonio, they got these dudes, Castle and some of these other dudes, some of these other guards that just come out and they just play hard. They move the ball. They play on both sides. They hit the open shots. There's plenty of guys like that now. There's plenty of guys like that.
Yeah.
Plenty of guys like
that. That guy they got on Detroit is killing.
Right. You get like two of those guys for the price of Brunson, you get like 2 of those guys and maybe like a draft pick or something like that.
Right.
Because teams are going to be enamored by the fact, hey, he's a solid half-court scorer. But what you got to remember is in the playoffs, the games slow down. They become more half-court oriented games, and then teams are able to lock in so that Brunson footwork is not that effective in the playoffs. And now that teams know, okay, well, this is what you want to do, they're honing in, and you're the top person on that whiteboard that we got to stop. If that means us doubling you, throwing double teams intermittently at you, and forcing you to have to give it up under pressure, or just having different defenders on you. Because when they played Atlanta, I don't know if you noticed it, when they played Atlanta, they had like 4 different guys that were guarding him, and they all were guarding him the same way, like staying in between him and the basket, not falling for any of those fakes or whatever, and then just putting that pressure on him. Matter of fact, he got stripped about 3 or 4 times in that game, like straight up, just like straight. Give me that, because he playing with the ball. What
but that's like typical for him, man. He do that like that. Those things happen like damn near every game this year.
What fed me up and really solidified, hey, we could probably trade this dude, was when he didn't play, and they scored 137 points.
But with Alvarado,
with Alvarado and what's the other kid's name?
Kolick.
They scored 137 points when he didn't play, and I'm just like, so if they're scoring this easy and this fluid when he's not on the court, imagine if he just played his role. You know how much points they would be scoring?
Exactly.
Here's a weird name. Here's a weird name for you guys. To Ronan's point, plays for Charlotte. Their numbers as far as shooting from the field and 3 are almost mirrored.
You talking about Kobe?
5.
Kobe
White.
Kobe White.
He's averaging 17.5 points, 5 assists, 44.4, 36 from 3. The field goal percentage almost mirrors Brunson.
Yeah.
But I can almost guarantee you, I can find it, matter of fact. I guarantee you guys his shots, he's way down. He's averaging on average 6 to 12 shots a night.
Okay.
He's scoring 17 points.
But you got
how is he defensively?
He plays lockdown defense.
Right. He's a hustler.
When he's out there, he's playing hard.
He's definitely a better defender than Brunson.
Yeah, he's going to chase you all night. He's going to give you that. And guess what? He's basically he was never a point guard. When he came to UNC, I forgot who it was, Bishop. When they recruited him, him as the 2 guard. Yep. Their point guard got injured. And that's when they had, what's his name? I think what's his name was still a coach. Williams?
Yeah.
Remember him? Yeah. He said, can you play point guard? So this kid played point guard, and it sort of kind of carried over. I'll tell you what, guys. I remember 2 years ago, but longer than that, his first year in the league, when the Knicks sucked, and he had like 24 points in the first quarter, shooting threes against the Knicks. I'm like, damn, if this kid could have did this at UNC, normally it's the opposite way around. He does it in college. You say, man, I hope he could do it. But he's your guy that Bishop's talking about. So you could get him for a third of the price and still add another quality backup point guard, since we keep flip-flopping these point guards. Alvarado was not the answer, guys. As hyped as people were because he's from New York, he wasn't the answer. Actually, by numbers, he's given us less than Cole given us when Cole came off the bench.
Yeah. Well, the good thing about Alvarado is when the playoffs come, that dude is
he's gonna be a monster.
We hope. When's the last time he was in the playoffs?
Nah, he's gonna be a menace because he doesn't run out of energy, and he's everywhere. And you got to be conscious. You got to be cognizant of where he is, because he's real sneaky and he's real quick. Yeah. And it's like, if you ain't paying attention, even as a big, you're not paying attention. You backing down, you're gonna get stripped. If you're bringing the ball up, you got to constantly be cognizant of. And it's like, I'm not saying he's a defensive stopper, but he's a nuisance. He's a nuisance.
Right.
Gotcha. It's just like,
I just don't know what his postseason is like. Guys, this dude is averaging 36 minutes a night. Brunson.
Kobe, I don't know how long he's gonna be in Charlotte because
Right.
They just signed him, didn't they?
No, they traded for him.
They traded for him from Chicago because he was hurt. But LaMelo Ball has cemented himself, and then they got another musclehead point guard that comes off the bench.
He called him a musclehead.
Charlotte.
I forgot his name.
They got like this linebacker looking dude.
Yeah.
He's pretty good. He comes off the bench.
He looks like a fullback.
Yeah.
Right.
And then you just got Kobe White who comes in and just like a freelancer when these guys are subbed out. And it's just like that's not really the role for him because he's got so much more to offer. He's got a good basketball IQ. But even if we can't get him, somebody like him.
Check this out, Bishop. His contract expires this year, ironically.
Right.
And he was making 12.
Talking about Josh Green?
Huh?
Is he talking about Josh Green? Is that the guy's name you're talking about?
I'm not sure what his name is, but
but I'm talking about Kobe White. His contract is this year, and he's making 12.8.
So if you bump him up to like 18, you good. Here, take this 3-year contract.
Exactly.
You got a 3-year window with the rest of these guys, and you get more out of Bridges now. You definitely gonna get more out of Bridges. You're gonna get more out of Cat and OG, and everybody. Then you got them guys coming off the bench because I watched. You getting more out of Clarkson because Clarkson has been frustrated because it's like shit. I don't touch the ball.
Right.
I get in the game and I don't even get a chance to get the ball. So every time I get it, I'm pressing because I don't know when I'm gonna see it again.
Yeah. So the odds point.
He's an unrestricted free agent, guys.
Yeah, that's what's up. So the odds point, right? What happens, right? Like next year, started training camp. Kobe White instead of Jalen Brunson. What's the streets of New York look like? What the streets of New York look like if Jalen Brunson is not there?
When you win, that cures.
Again, notice what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Training camp, right before training camp, right? Or they getting the squad together, and Jalen Brunson just got traded for Kobe White. Not that I agree with y'all. Kobe White would be a better situation for me right now than Brunson. Right. But what the streets of New York look like?
They're gonna be like, yo, all these Brunson jerseys, like all these Brunson jerseys. You got people. Ours gonna be out outside the garden crying, talking about Dolan need to sell the team. Then you have the crazy part is the politics in the NBA, the politics in social media. Only thing you got to do is change the narrative just a little bit and be like, hey, we're trying to do this, but this guy's dad is interfering.
Exactly.
But this guy's that you just change the narrative a little bit, and then you start looking at because out of all of the statistics and all this other stuff that they talk about with players, look at the player efficiency, the shooting efficiency. Cat will have 20-something points on like 9, 10, 12 shots. Brunson will have 30 points, but he took 26 shots to get it.
Right.
Look at the efficiency. Like, look at those stats and say, okay, well, this is what justifies us in making a change. This is what justifies us in making a change. And you get a solid player that comes in and makes their contribution and the Knicks are winning. People forget about that quick.
The only thing that scares me is will Kobe give Charlotte the hometown discount? You know he's a Carolinian.
Nah, it's about the money.
Yeah, but
Charlotte is only like they playing good now.
Yeah.
Next season they won't be a shocker for anybody. So
that's true.
Yeah,
now you're gonna have to.
That's the scary part. They can get better.
They ain't got no big man. They don't really have.
That the other night when I was
they got like. They got the 3 shooters. They got LaMelo. They got
Brandon.
And Brandon Miller.
They killed me.
And then you don't. Then outside of that, who else do you have?
Well, you got the little
nipple, right? They got that catch. Oh, you said that.
Why did I say it again?
That's it. Outside of the word nipple makes you smile.
Nipple.
He got one of the worst names in the NBA.
He does.
What's his first name?
Con Knipple.
So it's like saying Can he nipple?
Yeah,
nipple.
exactly.
Yeah, but they're not going to be a surprise for anybody. So what that means is, and they're not a market that's going to attract a big time player. They're not a market that's going to attract a big time player. So what they're going to run into next season is teams going to be ready for them, and then they're going to start game planning for, okay, well, this is how they score their points or shooting, close the perimeter out. Then what they got. So let Miles Bridges score 30 points a night. That's cool. That's cool. Let him score 30 points a night, driving to the basket and being athletic. But none of you guys are getting the rock.
Well, that's what's going to happen in the playoffs. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like we talking a good game, man, but a good coach will do that.
I'll tell you what, though, I watch the Hornets all the time. He has probably sacrificed the most on this team, on their spiral of Bridges. He probably have sacrificed. Yeah, he did. When you look at his numbers, he has sacrificed the most.
He can't rock the boat. He can't rock the boat because it's like, you shouldn't even be in the league.
Yeah. He can't get no dreads. He can't curse. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But even that being said, guys, we've seen this movie before. Even when these dudes get a break, they come back, same person.
Yeah, because he's the same guy. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a very athletic guy. It's really hard stopping him when he goes to the basket. But again, at the end of the day, whatever the case may be, he sacrificed for Melo to shine more, for Kneppel to get more shots, for Miller. I kept telling you guys, though, when Brandon Miller gets healthy, the Hornets are going to be a different team.
Yeah, you did.
Here we are.
He'd be straight up disrespectful.
Woo.
He'd be straight up disrespectful. Like, yo.
I'll tell you what, guys, if he was playing in the beginning of the year, I don't believe the Hornets would be a play-in team. I think they would be a playoff team.
It's a possibility.
Probably. Yeah.
He missed quite a few games in the beginning of the year. I think I heard somebody say since like February, the Hornets have the best record in the NBA other than Oklahoma and San Antonio.
Yeah, they blew the doors off of OKC. And
Everybody.
They blew the doors off Boston.
Miami.
They blew in Boston. In Boston.
Yeah, they stood a good chance of beating Boston the other night.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? So they fell apart.
Matter of fact.
Right, exactly.
They fell apart at the end of the game.
Exactly, but they was in there. They had
just imagine them playing a Detroit team in the first round who can't really score from the perimeter.
That's a problem.
Right.
Who can't really score from the perimeter, and then you got this team that they constantly scoring from the perimeter. You miss one defensive assignment, it's a three. You don't come off at the top of the screen, you go under the screen, and LaMelo Ball taking a one-legged fadeaway three from like 2 steps beyond the 3-point line, and it's nothing but net, and he's doing it 4, 5, 6 times in the game.
If things work out,
I don't think he's going to be getting those open looks like that, bro.
Not in the playoffs. Not in the playoffs.
He ain't going to get those looks that he get.
I don't know.
If the Hornets win the play-in, they will play Boston in the first round.
That would be nice.
Because right now they're the higher play-in team. They're 9.
Okay.
They're 9. Miami's 10. So if they won, they would become the 7th seed, and they would play the 2. And Detroit would play the winner of Miami and Philly. Yeah, Miami or Philly.
Oh, this playoff is going to be really fucking good, man.
What that would mean is Brown would have to guard. He would have to guard somebody because Tatum is going to
probably Miller.
Tatum is going to have to go. Well, Tatum might take on that challenge, but then that means what's the name would have to guard Kneppel, and I'm sure he would take that assignment because he could bully him.
Really? Can we just call him Ken?
Call him David. Call him David.
Yeah. Listen, Evelyn, if you could have your Richard, then we can have our
Yeah, hilarious.
And you said it with such conviction, and she said it with such conviction and enunciation.
Oh my God! I didn't even think about that. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
We got a dick in every. No.
And with that being said, I gotta shut it down. There'll be no religious talk. I'm gonna save it for next week and whatnot. My apologies.
Part 2.
But Yes, forgot about that as well. Gilgo, exactly. Gonna get to that as well. So with that,
anybody care about that? We'll talk about it next week.
yes, indeed.
Yeah.
With that being
Is
said,
that the Long
always,
Island dude?
Yeah.
you got it.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah, we'll look it up. We'll
Indeed.
talk about. Wow, we'll talk about it next week. I gotta go to bed. Yeah,
Go to bed.
bed.
I go to bed myself. But hey, guys, if you like the content, like, share, and subscribe. Yo, appreciate everybody on. Dave, Live, Bishop, Dom, Ronan, Reg. Thank you guys. Love you guys, and see you next week. God willing. Have a great weekend.
Peace.
Good night, everyone.
Night.